Many people believe that emotions play a huge role in our decisions through life. These decisions lead us to positive feelings or attempts to avoid negative feelings that we do not want. Because at the deepest level, we still use our emotions to decide on the pros and cons of many choices that we have. We encounter such emotions in the moment we begin our lives, like a toddler, sensing warmth and joy when they see their parents arrive toward their needs. It may be due to seeing that there is a sense of security and attachment that shows everything is right in the world for the child. Such emotions are described as a natural set of responses to certain situations. Anger, joy, sadness, and fear are some of the basic emotions that are universal among human beings. Emotions can be very powerful, such that their responses can be observed by another person within the surrounding area. They enable us to take certain actions in order to reach to a certain outcome or decision. Knowing the science behind emotions, we must also understand the decision-making process in order to correlate them with each other. The decision-making process is the process of deciding about something that may have a sense of importance, especially in an organization setting or a group of people. It involves choosing or deciding an action to take from two or more possible options in order to reach a certain answer for a specific given problem. Most people are trained to believe that they use rational thoughts in their decision-making process and leaving emotional states behind them. Although what we tend to perceive as rational may as well be emotional subconsciously when we make those certain decisions. It is undeniable how emotions play a very important role in the decision-making process. Otherwise, evolution throughout humanity would have avoided such emotions if they were proved to be unsupportive and aiding us for our own survival. It is also considered natural that our emotional state may influence our behavior and the decisions that we make within the process. As an example, a student may be consciously aware and knows that he's in a terrible emotional state, such as sadness, anger, jealousy, or fear. However, subconsciously, these emotions may impact his or her typical daily decisions that lead to negative consequences in the outcome. Also, our pleasant or unfortunate past experiences influence our emotions to a greater degree in decision making by creating those alternative options to avoid those similar future experiences. They help us mark those decisions as positive or negative and help us decide what appropriate actions that we need to take in order to avoid such experiences or have those similar experiences. Now, coming to our final topic of design decision process. Making design decisions is often more difficult than we think, specifically within the subject of engineering. It requires knowing your project objectives clearly and making decisions based upon the people you have within your team. It is possible that emotions occur only during the concept selection stage of the design process, and many scholars consider emotions with rational design decision-making process as a threat towards establishing greater designs. But such balance of emotion and scientific methods are inevitable if engineers are required to make good overall judgments in their designs. Emotions gives us a high sense of self-awareness towards our own responsibility and motivate us to make ethical design decisions that include potential high-risk factors. Without emotions, engineer designers would have eradicated all sense of ethical and moral values in their final designs. And this is why emotions are really important when it comes to making design, specifically in the engineering. Hello again. So I spent a lot of time editing this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit about emotions and the decision-making process. So before I actually end this video, I wanted to have some questions to reflect before the class. And the first question being, how do your emotions influence your decisions? Have you ever had any experiences with that, where you were aware of your emotions, while making a decision. Another question is, what do you think about emotions in general when it comes to decision-making process? Do you think it really plays a role in it? And if it does, I would really love if everyone can share their opinions during the class when we meet. Thank you.